If you want to heal yourself mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally, even financially, you have to be relentless in your pursuit. If you kind of want to heal, you'll kind of heal. If you're new here, my name's Kimberly June. You can call me KJ. I am a singer-songwriter, very passionate about health and wellness, always learning and growing, and I love connecting with people on here. Now, I have a close relative who I love and adore. He's been wildly successful in business. He's physically active. He has a beautiful family. He's a Renaissance man, and he was diagnosed with stage 4 cancer recently. It's been a shock to our family. His wife, who is a very intelligent woman and a nutritionist, suggested he go see a holistic practitioner alongside his current doctors, who are doing a great job, by the way. He was extremely skeptical talking about it and asked, is there any science behind this? And that's what sparked me wanting to make this video. There are so many misconceptions around the idea of holistic health. Is it woo-woo? Is it outdated? Is it witchcraft? Is it just herbs and somebody waving their hands over you saying a prayer? Or is it something you should strongly consider incorporating into your health journey? Well, spoiler alert, it's the latter, and let's get into it. I need to make a quick disclaimer. I am not a doctor. I am a certified integrative health coach and a yoga teacher. So please work with physicians you trust. That being said, some doctors have failed me and caused more harm, while others have really changed my life. Quick story about my own health. So I had GERD, G-E-R-D, acid reflux as a child, very, very young. I would tell my mom that my chest was burning, and she was like, there's no way she has heartburn that young. And I did. And so I went to a doctor. And by 13 years old, I was taking acid blockers. I was eating Tums like they were candy. I saw a doctor in Portland, Maine that put me on PPIs, which is an acid blocker, for 10 years. This medication was proven to cause osteoporosis when taken long-term, and I had been on it for 10 years. When I was 19 years old, I was running around campus at Belmont University in Nashville, and I got a stress fracture at the top of my femur, ball and socket joint, right top of my biggest bone in my body was cracked with a hairline fracture. Doctors have never seen someone my age with this kind of break. This is something you get when you are 80 years old. They were confused and they took a DEXA scan, which is another thing you get when you are in your 50s and 60s. It measures your bone density. And women lose bone density with menopause and throughout their lives naturally. And there are things you can do to build your bone back. Modern Western medicine would say you can't build your bone back. Turns out I had osteopenia at 19 years old, maybe before that, but that's when I found out. And by the time I was 30, I had full-blown osteoporosis because of a prescription medication that was given to me recklessly. I have had countless breaks and fractures. I jokingly would call myself bird bones and say that I was fragile. And I no longer say that because I know how powerful words are, and everything we say is casting a spell at all times. In the last year and a half, I started CrossFit and went regularly, lifting really heavy weights, and took some supplements that helped with my bone density, and I built it back 11% in the last calendar year. This doctor never once asked me what I was eating. He said to stay away from tomatoes and eating too close to bed. He also said I should sleep kind of sitting upright with pillows so that gravity wouldn't, regurgitate. Turns out I was just eating really shitty. Processed sugar, fried foods. When I was 25, I moved to Hawaii and completely changed my diet and lifestyle, and I can count on one hand the amount of times I have had heartburn with zero medication, just lifestyle changes. So I want to bust a few myths here. The myth that holistic medicine is woo-woo and there's no science behind it. Yes, there is lots of science behind it. If you look for it, it is there. There's also a myth that Western doctors don't want you to get better and that they want you to be sick, and I don't agree with that either. I think most doctors really do want to help you, but the system is failing them. A conventional doctor in modern Western medicine usually falls under a DO or an MD. Conventional medicine doctors don't have much of a nutrition training. It's getting better, I must say, because we have been more proactive about holding them accountable. A naturopathic doctor can have these same titles with additional training on top. Incorporating holistic care into your health journey does not have to be a this or that. It can actually be a yes and there is a great place for all of it. Conventional Western medicine has come up with so many incredible cures to acute diseases. It is life-saving, incredible for emergencies, traumas, infections. They are absolute heroes. But when it comes to long-term chronic diseases, what a holistic practitioner will do is look for the underlying cause, the deep-rooted why of what is happening with you. Many conventional modern Western doctors will say that diabetes is not curable. Many of them fail to consider that it's lifestyle causes that can be changed and improved upon. Integrative and functional medicine doctors care about healing the patient at the root. I want you to think of holistic medicine as this umbrella, and underneath it you are going to hear all sorts of different words like functional, naturopathic, holistic, alternative, integrative. A holistic doctor is looking at the whole person, mind, body, soul, all of it. It's all connected. Every single system in the body works together. None of them are separate. We are made of energy. Our feelings have energy. Our thoughts have energy, and they contribute to our physical health. Different feelings, different thoughts and emotions you feel in different parts of your body and are affecting your physiology. These doctors focus on chronic and complex issues like diabetes, hormone imbalances, autoimmune disorders, chronic digestive issues. You could have a micronutrient deficiency, unexplained adult onset asthma, which is something I've dealt with. What is the root cause? So many of us have these things we think we need to live with for the rest of our lives when they actually have a cure. So many of us feel like victims in the system, like victims of our own bodies. It just takes doing detective work, finding the right team, and being relentless in your pursuit. I strongly suggest finding a doctor that has the same Western training, that is either a DO or an MD, that on top of it has the functional or integrative title, because those doctors are going to spend more time with you, go way deeper into your issues, and help take the nail out of your head. If you are concerned with credibility, find out what their title is, find out what their training is. All of that is transparent and available to you online. Now, integrative and functional are a little bit different in that a functional medicine doctor is more of the detective using advanced labs to get to the root cause of your underlying issues and detect illness that is developing before it even starts. Whereas an integrative doctor will focus more on different lifestyle changes and modalities to go alongside your conventional modern Western medical practices. Both of them, with a DO or MD, can prescribe medications, pharmaceuticals, and on top of that, they will go deeper. It was a holistic doctor that prescribed my first inhaler when I had adult onset asthma at 27 years old. It was a holistic doctor who prescribed antifungals when I had mold toxicity. I've even had a holistic doctor prescribe me Adderall. I requested it, and she did it. I'm saying this to debunk the myth around holistic doctors being some sort of woo-woo witchcraft, outdated herbal. There's science behind it. A conventional doctor and a holistic doctor are going to look at the same blood test results very differently. There are certain levels that are considered normal in conventional medicine that might be a little alarming to a functional or integrative doctor, and they might suggest further testing. Instead of playing this guessing game and self-diagnosing, going on ChatGPT, typing in your symptoms, and just trying to pour supplements on top of it, the best way is to just find out what is really going on. Get the full panel. It might cost $300, $400, $500. But it is better to know what is truly going on with you so you can address the root cause of the issues. These advanced labs are life-changing. There's a company I use, and I'll put the link below. Let me tell you, taking care of parasites in mold and chronic gut dysbiosis, which is just an imbalance of the good and bad bacteria in your gut. Tackling my root issues has changed my life. It's changed my skin, my hair, my eyelashes doubled in size when I got rid of parasites. Everyone has them. I hate to break it to you, but you have worms. I find it so fun learning about all this stuff. If you have a conventional doctor that you're using that is against holistic care, I would consider that a huge red flag. And you do need to make sure that a holistic doctor is aware of any medications and protocols you are on and complete a thorough health history. It's up to you to really figure out what works best for you and feel into what feels true to you. I've even had doctors that are just licensed as a chiropractor that have been more helpful to me than Western doctors. I have a close relative who has type 2 diabetes, and he has been on insulin. His modern doctors have said diabetes is irreversible and you will live with this condition for the rest of your life. He has not had much direction when it comes to diet and lifestyle. Now, I mentioned that he should go get a CGM, continuous glucose monitor, which now anyone can get. It's available to the public. You can pay for it, you stick it on your arm, and in real time, you can look at your phone and see what your blood glucose is doing, your blood sugar levels. It's an educational tool available to anyone. His insurance would cover it, and he's a great candidate for something like that, especially on insulin, because he can see how it's affecting him. His doctor said he didn't need it and brushed it off. I don't want to demonize him because I don't know him personally, but if you really want your patient's life to improve, you want them to know what's happening with their body. You want to empower them. You want to heal them to the point that they don't need you anymore. An integrative or functional medicine doctor would definitely suggest lifestyle changes, give a lot more direction when it comes to nutrition, times of day to eat, food pairing, and would want him to see what is happening in real time with this incredible tool called a CGM monitor. Nutrition and lifestyle can reverse diabetes. There is science behind it and very successful trials. Integrative and functional medicine doctors are going to weigh out which approach is more appropriate for you. There are more than one way to get to the same result. For these chronic illnesses, there might be a more natural approach, and there might be a pharmaceutical approach. And it's up to you and your doctor to figure out which one of those is going to suit you best. And like I said, it doesn't have to be a this or that. It can be a this and that. Currently, I'm on a protocol that incorporates both pharmaceuticals and more natural remedies. A lot of women I've spoken to around late 20s, early 30s, many deal with gut issues and hormonal issues, and they try to self-diagnose and pour a bunch of different supplements and just Google their symptoms and look on ChatGPT instead of actually testing and finding out what's going on in your gut. At one point in my late 20s, I had such chronic inflammation and stomach upset, I was afraid to eat anything. I felt like everything I put in my body was hurting me, so I would avoid everything. And I felt fantastic when I was avoiding almost all the food groups and just eating like a rabbit. But all that does is avoid the problem. When I actually fixed my gut, I felt like I could eat anything and my stomach was working so well. There's a lot of gut issues that can give similar symptoms, but until you know what's really going on, you can't treat it properly. You could have parasites, you could have SIBO, small intestinal bacterial overgrowth. You could have mold toxicity. You could have all of it at once. But until you get a panel and really find out what's going on with your body, you won't be able to properly treat and heal. There are many companies out there who do functional medicine, advanced labs. I personally use Equilife. I'll put the link below. And you take the labs at home send it in, and then you have a telehealth visit with an actual doctor who goes over your results and gives you a suggested appropriate protocol for resolving your specific issues. Through my own health journey, my eyes have been opened to a whole new reality that makes me feel empowered. I've been able to immensely improve my health, and with the help of amazing holistic doctors. I've cured chronic illnesses that doctors said I would live with for the rest of my life. I'm not a scientist or a doctor. I'm just putting my experience on here. My goal with this video is just to educate. I guess in short, you could say Western medicine saves lives and holistic medicine changes lives. Instead of just symptom management, we want to actually find out what is causing these symptoms. The future is integration. Now I want to hear from you guys. Have you ever tried a holistic approach that really worked for you? Drop it in the comments. If you like this video, like, share, subscribe, send it to somebody who might be skeptical about holistic medicine. And I'm gonna leave it at that. I hope this helps someone. Happy healing.